Hi, I'm FPL Useless, bringing you my unique take on FPL. And I just thought I'd do a quick team selection video. I don't always do these, but I had a few things that I thought would be quite interesting to talk about. So here we go. Let's have a look at the team. So I've obviously last week, game week 11, a bit of a notorious week. It was an absolute skipfire of a week. I'm not going to talk in detail about that because I've already done that in another video. And if you'd like to watch that, that'll appear at the end, I think, if I've done it right. So what I wanted to talk about was my game week 12 team. It looks pretty good on paper. So I've got Areola in goal. There's no choice there because Turner has been dropped, so I think he's unlikely to play. The other goalkeeper, which I can't pronounce his name, can't remember, it comes up as Odysseus, I think, but I'm not sure if that's his second name. The Forest goalkeeper, I think he had a reasonable game, so I think he will keep his place. Matty Cash was injured in the last game, but it looks like he's fine. He started the Europa League game, so decent fixture against Fulham. I've got Trent against Brentford, and a bit of a harder fixture, but I think if I've got Trent, I've probably got to play him, really. Trippier, great fixture against Bournemouth, although Newcastle do have a lot of injuries. And this is where it starts to get a bit trickier, so I'm not quite sure what to do this week. So if you have any ideas, let me know. It comes down to, what I'm thinking it comes down to is whether or not Maddison or Saka are likely to start this game week. Maddison, so as far as I know, hasn't trained all week. So if he's going to miss this game week, it looks like an easy transfer out. And the guy I would want is Saka, but Saka also had a knock. So, I mean, both players look like they're absolutely first choice and really important to their teams. And if they are at all fit, they're likely to start. But they both had little injury knocks and niggles all the time as well. So are they likely to come off? I mean, Saka looks like a really good captain shout because they're playing Burnley. So I could just do Maddison to Saka. But if Saka's not going to start, obviously I don't want to do that. I've got 2 free transfers. I've got 1 million in the bank. At the moment, the captaincy is on Salah there. But if Maddison does start, I think that makes Son a much better captain, or Maddison. Even Bowen is a reasonable captain. I mean, it's quite tricky to pick a captain. Ferguson against Sheffield United at home. You know, I'm quite tempted to go there. That's a bit of a differential one. But as long as he starts, and the thing about Ferguson is he going to get 90 minutes? I don't think he is. He might get 70 minutes. That might be enough. Watkins against Fulham, another decent fixture for a possible captain. I think Salah will be a lot of people's preference. Haaland plays Chelsea. I don't have Haaland. And Darwin against Brentford. He didn't start that Europa League game, but he did come off the bench. So I think Darwin will start that game, so I'm happy to play him. And then, of course, I have gw12. They are playing... have I got it here? Yes, so they're playing Everton. Crystal Palace play Everton. So again, I'd quite like to play him. But I'm not sure because Everton really have improved a bit and they look like they've been scoring goals at least. So I don't expect Everton to keep a clean sheet. Although, I mean, they could do. But, well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think... I'm not sure whether Crystal Palace are going to keep a clean sheet. So my possible transfers here are, and I've got Dan Burn there, who's long-term injured. Chukwuemeka is a bench fodder player. He's been injured since I've had him. It doesn't really matter. I don't really need to replace him at this moment because unless I'm going to change formation. So the possible transfers are either Maddison out. If he's out this week, it probably makes sense to do. Or Burn out for someone, or both. Now, Burn, I could go to Saliba. That looks a really good that looks my favourite choice. He has gone up in price this week now though, so he's 5.3 million. So that does restrict me a bit. And then who would I bench? Because I mean, if Maddison's only out for 1 week, I couldn't bench Maddison and play Saliba if I did that, and that looks reasonable. But if Maddison's going to play, I don't want to bench him because he's a really good player and he's really important to that Spurs team. He's likely to be involved in goals. So if he's going to play, I want Maddison. If um, if he's not going to play, I might do the Saka move. So that means it's a bit of a is it a bit of a wasted transfer to do Burn to Saliba if I'm going to bench him? Because who do I bench out of cash? Trent, Trippier? Maybe I bench Cash? Maybe I bench Trent, but Trent's an exciting player that I bought in to play, so I kind of want to play him. And last week I benched Trippier and he got a 9-pointer, so that might happen again with Trent. Saliba looks a good choice. So it comes down to whether I want to bring in Saliba and bench Maddison. That gives me a decent defender going forward with decent fixtures. It looks like a kind of a bit of a no-brainer move, but it means then benching probably Guahi or Cash, probably Guahi. Or I take out Maddison for Saka, and play Saka, assuming he's going to start against Burnley, which would be great, and probably roll the transfer, which means I might lose value on Burn, but then I'll have 2 free transfers going forward, and I can make a decision on that. I don't have enough to do both the Maddison move and the Saliba move, so I'd have to do one or the other. I could do Maddison to Martinelli. Not as keen on that though, because I think he'll be rotated more, and I don't really want to have too many more rotation risks in this team. I've already got Ferguson and Darwin, so yeah, let me know what you think you would do in this situation. I could do 2 transfers, of course, because I could do Burn to a different defender, and I'm half tempted to do Burn to Colwill, but his fixtures are awful. I'm not going to probably want to play him, so it seems a bit silly to do that. It's just that I want him from game week 16, so I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, and yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.